I shouldn't have balked at the notion of being matched to a guy this weekend. My grandmother, whom I called Oma, German for grandma, hadn't pussyfooted around. She had come right out and told me this was my chance to meet a man. I was a little bit sad that she pushed me, because I knew she had hoped I would end up with Holmes Richardson, a childhood friend. No one else had ever stolen my heart quite like Holmes. I wasn't sure I was ready to give up on him yet. It was complicated, though, because he lived in Chicago and was engaged to be married. It wasn't in my nature to chase a man who was engaged to someone else. So, like a fool, I waited for his relationship to implode on its own. Sometimes I wondered if it was time for me to abandon that hope. The daily yappy hour parade had ended. I spied Oma at a table on the plaza with Macon Stotts and walked toward them. Wagtail was set up in a long rectangle. In the center, a park, known as the Green, ran from one end of town to the other. Paths meandered through it, benches were available for resting, and fenced areas allowed dogs to play off-leash. Sidewalks ran around the perimeter of the Green, where stores and restaurants were located. At the south end, in front of the Sugar Maple Inn, the sidewalks merged into a plaza large enough to accommodate events like Animal Attraction. Oma and her best friend Rose had come up with the Animal Attraction matchmaking idea after hearing about a famous matchmaking week in Ireland. They had hired Macon Stotts, a Southerner who claimed to be matchmaker to the stars, to arrange the various events and help match people up. I assumed he meant Hollywood stars, and wondered if they really needed matchmaking help. Animal Attraction was a literal name because the people attending were bringing their dogs and cats with them to help with the matchmaking. The benefits, according to Oma and Rose, were that the animals would break the ice, making it easier for their people to meet, and the human participants would know up front that they all shared a love of animals. Their dogs and cats would help them connect. "Holly," Oma waved at me. "Still no sign of Gustav?" She hated that she spoke with a German accent, in spite of the fact that she had lived in the United States since before my father was born, over 50 years. Most people found her accent charming, but I was so used to it that I didn't notice it much anymore. Not yet. She glanced at her watch. "There is still time. You are here to relieve me? Just tell me what to do." Oma held up a slip of paper. "Macon has set up a Live Love Bark app and a Live Love Meow app. Here are the addresses and passwords." I took it and frowned. Wagtail was notorious for its poor internet connection. Only one cell phone carrier worked at all, and it was iffy at best. "If they have trouble," said Oma, "these are the forms they can fill out instead. Make sure they know there will be other matchmaking events. This is only one option. When they bring them back, they go into this box. Macon will pick them up and make the matches." Macon jumped to his feet. "My word, these people are clueless." He swept by me, reminding me of a plump penguin. His straight black hair was combed back and gleamed with some kind of gel. He was short for a man, broad through the middle, and waddled when he walked rapidly. In a slightly nasal Southern accent, he cried out, "Darling, put your puppy down." I couldn't help smiling when he dragged out down into 2 syllables, down. The stunning young woman he was addressing, who had skin the rich color of honey, appeared surprised. A fluffy little dog rode in her shoulder bag, his face peering out like a tiny white Wookiee. "Put him down, sweetheart. He can't do his job matchmaking you if he's confined to a bag." "On the ground?" Her brow furrowed. "He'll get dirty paws." "Anybody with a fancy bag like that must surely have booties." Macon held out his hands, palms up. He'd nailed it. She produced tiny blue dog booties and slid them onto the feet of her dog with Macon's help. Once on the concrete plaza, the dog wasted no time at all mingling with the others. "They'll bite him," she said with a desperate look at Macon. "He's so tiny. That big black dog will think he's a snack."